It was just another normal night in Willow Creek, a sleepy little town where everybody knew everybody and nothing exciting ever happened. The kind of town where the biggest news was when the bakery ran out of cinnamon rolls. But that night, everything changed. Emma Carter, a 28-year-old high school teacher, finished late at work. She had stayed after school to help some students with their final projects. At around 9 p.m., she packed up her things, locked her classroom door, and headed for home. The drive should have taken 10 minutes, but Emma never made it. The next morning, her best friend Rachel noticed something strange. Emma wasn't answering her texts. She didn't show up to school. She didn't even call in sick, something Emma would never forget to do. Rachel waited a few more hours, thinking maybe Emma was just having a rough morning. But by noon, she knew something was wrong. Rachel drove to Emma's apartment. She knocked on the door. No answer. She called. No answer. She even looked through the window. The lights were off, and everything looked untouched. Rachel's chest tightened. Something felt off. She decided to call the police. When the officers arrived, they were polite but not too worried. Maybe she went on a spontaneous trip, one said. Maybe she needed a break, said another. But Rachel knew Emma better than that. Emma wasn't the type to just disappear without telling anyone. Still, the police agreed to start a basic search, just in case. That's when they found Emma's car. Her silver Honda was parked at an old gas station just outside town. The place had been closed for years. Now it is just an empty lot, covered in weeds and cracked pavement. The weird thing? The car was unlocked. Emma's purse was inside. Her phone was inside. Even her keys were still hanging in the ignition. It looked like she had just stepped out and vanished. There were no signs of a struggle, no blood, no broken glass, just Emma's car, sitting alone under the gray morning sky. Rachel stood by the police tape, hugging herself against the chill. Something about this felt wrong. Watched as officers moved around, snapping pictures, writing notes, pretending they knew what they were doing. But Rachel could see it in their faces. They were as clueless as she was. She overheard one officer whisper, another one, before he quickly walked away. Another one. What did he mean by that? Rachel's mind raced. Was Emma's disappearance not the first? Later that night, Rachel sat on her couch staring at her phone. She couldn't sleep. She couldn't even think straight. That's when her phone buzzed. One new message. It was from Emma's number. Rachel's heart jumped into her throat, hands shaking. She opened the text. It said just 3 words. Don't trust them. Rachel sat frozen, rereading the message over and over. Who sent this? Was Emma alive? Who were they? Before she could even think of what to do next, her phone buzzed again. Another message. This time, just an address, somewhere on the edge of town. A place Rachel had never heard of before. The screen flickered for a second, like something was interfering, and then the messages disappeared, gone, like they were never sent. Rachel stared at her, green, heart pounding. What was going on? Was this some kind of joke? Or was Emma trying to send her a clue? She didn't know, but one thing was clear. She had to find out, even if it meant risking everything.